Getting money out of China via UnionPay. That's going to be the topic of today's video. Okay everyone, so go over to adamfayed.com if you're an expat or a high net worth individual and see how I can help you. Now on this topic, I'm going to talk about getting money out of China using UnionPay. How can you do it? I've seen two methods work time and again. Now method one is quite crude, right? But if you buy things online or when you're traveling overseas, of course you can spend money out of China using UnionPay these days. Yeah, not all merchants will allow it, but some will. So obviously, that works for people who want to say spend money on a holiday or whatever they want to spend money on outside of China. So rather than sending $2,000 or pounds or whatever to your British account or American account for that holiday, now you can pay more things using UnionPay online. However, for most people, apart from a few people who are traveling all the time, who are always buying things, that's not going to work when it comes to a larger amount of money. And what I have found more recently is UnionPay can work when it comes to investing money, and also you can then withdraw that money on the other side. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's have a simple example. Let's say you're an expat in China and you want to invest, let's keep this simple. Let's say you want to do $1,000 a month for 5 years or whatever you want to do. $1,000 a month is about 6,500 RMB. With some investment providers, it's possible to pay online using UnionPay, including one or two that I know and I deal with and I introduce to clients. There are negatives about this, by the way, compared to some other options, because typically UnionPay, not the investment advisor, but UnionPay themselves, will charge a fee of 3.5%, sometimes 3%, sometimes 4%, but usually about 3.5%. So this has its positives and negatives. However, what I would say is that getting money out of China isn't always cheap, it isn't always easy. So it is one of the many options you can use for getting money out of the country. I've seen so many people waste a lot of time, a lot of money on these kind of things. So actually it's not such a bad offer compared to some of the options which are out there. Okay everyone, hope that was useful and see you next time. How can I help you? In two ways. First of all, are you an expat, a high net wealth individual, or just somebody who lives in a part of the world where it's difficult to get access to quality investment solutions? In which case, go onto my website on adamfayed.com and find out more. If you don't fit into any of those categories, then in which case there's a range of free material on my website, on this YouTube channel, and indeed on my Quora, where I get over 200 or have received over 231 million views in the last few years. And finally, if you want to actually read my thoughts in more detail, go onto Amazon and find my book on there.